Hello there, I am A-chan from Vtuber. My channel is basically a whole bunch of VRoid speed paints and also tutorials, so yeah, if that's what you're interested, hit subscribe. My mascot, I'm not using her today because I am giving her an update, a redesign for the 5th time, because she just isn't up to my standards again, so my apologies. You're gonna have to deal with me today. So this video and the couple other ones after this one is going to be how to make your models look good without relying on other people's textures, even if you're not a good artist. So I'm showing you a basic, easy way to make models look really good without having to have any artistic ability. Because let's be honest, a lot of people come to VRoid because it's an easy way to make models, right? But sometimes it gets hard because you got people being like, VRoid models are so unprofessional, VRoid models are so ugly, which they're not wrong, some are, but also they need to give more credit where credit is due. VRoid is a very limited program, and those who can make the most out of the program, you know, those people deserve to be praised. So I'm going to show you how to do that without needing any god tier art skills. You don't even, like, dude, all you need to know is shapes and colors, and yeah. So right off the bat, we want to get rid of the outline and the rim light, at least for now, until we're done with everything. Then we can experiment with what looks the best, right? I recommend making all of your textures yourself so that later down the line, you can easily make things yourself. And if you wanted to and you got really good at it, you could start commissions and then you can make money off of your amazing skills. Just give me a cut. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so we're going to toggle the alpha lock so that the shape of the layer will still be there. And we're going to use a basic color base. Turn on your symmetry tool. I'm reminding you now. Don't forget like I did. And yeah, so we're going to start off with an easy base, right? Now we're going to move the hue a little bit. Raise the brightness. Grab the airbrush. Lower the opacity and airbrush the bottom to where it's a nice soft gradient. Don't do too much. Don't do that. Just something that is nice and airy, if that makes sense. I don't know. Then you can grab your base, lower the width, maybe raise the opacity a little bit. That's a little bit too big. And do your pupil shape. Nice little circle will do. It's a bit bright. I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. There we go. So, I mean, technically, you can get away with this, but we can go a little extra. Grab a complementary color, right? Make some circles. Then I like to grab the blur, lower the brush width, raise the opacity to 100 because otherwise it won't really work well, and just mess around with it. Don't do too much, please, please. And lastly, I like adding a undersaturated purple to the top. And just adding a little bit right here, and then lowering the layer opacity. And it looks really good, and it didn't require any skills, really. You just gotta know where to place things, that's about it. Don't mind my dog. So now we're gonna move to eye highlights. The eye highlights are up to you. Technically, you can use the ones it comes with because it's very basic anime highlights. You don't really need to make your own. I'm gonna make my own, just simple. Just some simple, yeah. There we go. And for the eye whites, what I do on my style now is I like taking the color of the skin and then making it white on the bottom, like that. I don't know, I just think it's cute personally. For eyebrows, what you can do is you can technically use the ones it comes with, but I recommend making your own so that you can do commissions. Start off with your base shape. We're gonna give her simple anime eyebrows. I hate drawing eyebrows. Because a lot of the time you have to just export them into Clip Studio Paint or something. It kind of looks like shit, but we can edit it in the parameters as well, so don't stress out too much about it. If you need to fix it, you can. Actually, I'm not gonna. Alright, we are going to erase the tips now. At least that's what I do. Oh. Use the airbrush, lower the opacity. Not too much, but just enough. Look how great that is. For the eyelids and stuff, you can use them separately, or you can make them separately, but I personally don't like to do that. So I'm just gonna delete them while I still remember. But before we jump into the face, we're gonna jump into the eyebrows. I mean, not the eyebrows, the eyelashes. We're gonna grab a brown, right? Just a base color. You can either draw on your actual model. I find that it's kind of weird sometimes. You have to apply a lot of pressure before it registers sometimes. But in terms of thickness, I would go around the second guideline and maybe above it a little bit. That's where I keep my thickness, in case you're confused or you need to know what I do with it. I don't know. Disable this. Yep. And just kind of do what your character's eye shape looks like. So I'm just gonna cut this out into the shape that I want. Just something quick. And now we're gonna do the bottom eyelashes. It's up to you. Maybe an eyelid if you want. I recommend doing the eyelids on this instead of the skin. Just because it, when you blink, it won't fuck up. But yeah, otherwise it would look weird. Now we're going to take a darker brown. Airbrush the middle. And you could take like a white or something. Not a white, a yellow. And bloop. Or like a nice little heart shape or whatever. Whatever you want to do. And lastly, take a light orange maybe. I mean, this is all up to you. I'm just kind of fucking around. I haven't used this style in a while, so... Yep, there we go. And now we'll do the skin. Base color, always. Now we're gonna take a blush color. I like to go more in the oranges instead of the pinks, just cause. You can do a little bit of the nose too. Not too much, please. Please not too much. Actually, what you can do is you can create like a line, right? And then grab the base color and then fade it out like that. I mean, I guess that's good. Just make sure you don't do like a... I mean, you can. It's your style. It's your model or whatever. I really don't care. But in my opinion, blush that looks like that just looks weird to me. I don't know. Anyway. So, also you can add some lines right here if you wanted to. Something simple, something cute. And now we're going to add the mouth and nose lines. I like using a more lighter color instead of black and dark stuff. Just because I like lighter line art anyway. And now we're just gonna trace the guidelines like that. I'm gonna go a little bit lighter for the mouth, actually. There we go. And lastly, if you want, you can add some lip color. So we got the lips, we got the basically everything. The last step is, oh wait, let me do the ears real quick. You can take whatever color. I'm gonna use this color. And I'm going to add a circle. Circle. Doesn't have to be too complex, you know. Don't stress yourself out over not being able to draw ears, because trust me, I can't draw ears either. And then just, oh, let me erase that instead. Boom! You don't need to know how to draw ears, you just need to know how to draw circles. Woo! Alright. Let's see. Let's go back to the eyeliner real quick. I'm gonna change the color to this for the crease. So, the last thing we're gonna do, I promise, until we meet until we do the shape, we're gonna grab shading color. That's too saturated. That should do. Okay. We're just going to shade the face. Pretty easy. You just follow the face shape. That's about it. Now we're going to erase some of the stuff. Oh, nice. Alright. And then you can just lower the opacity a little bit, and then boom! Do you need any artistic skill for this? She says no, so you need to take her word for it. I'm gonna give her a more cute style face. When you want her more mature, make sure the eyes are higher on the face. Not too high, don't do that. More like this. And then cuter is like lower on the face. And of course, they're bigger. And then you just mess around, you know? Look at that. So cute. And irises, we're gonna move them up a little bit. Nice, we're gonna move the distance just so that she's not cross-eyed, because I mean, it looks kind of cross-eyed, so I like moving it towards the middle. Even if she looks kind of fucking weird sometimes, it's great, it's fine. Alright, there we go. Now, for the nose, for cuter models, I recommend smaller noses, like this. For more like this. I mean, not that much, but you know what I mean? So, she's uwu, so I'm gonna give her a smaller nose. And for lips, I like making the lips thicker. If she gives too much of duck lips, then you can move it like this a little bit. So yeah, there we go. And now lastly, what I like to do is I like giving her sunken cheeks and moving her cheekbones to the front. And everything else is up to you. That's just how I make cuter models. I like moving the lip width lower and moving them up like this. And we're going to make the ears rounder, because why not? Look at that, so cute. Oh, another thing, if you want her looking more mature, so do like the bigger nose, the more structured jawline, and the higher, smaller eyes. I also recommend, before you do any of that, lower the head width, and then do all of that shit, so that it doesn't look weird. But this will give the illusion of like a more mature face. But yeah, there we go. Another thing is when it comes to colors, if you don't know how to match colors well, which I don't know color theory in the slightest. I just kind of eye things and figure things out myself. So what I recommend doing, I'm just going to do it on the body because I'm too lazy, but what you would do is you would create a new hair, right? Make the width of the texture 0.5, and then you'd pretend this is hair, right? Pretend her arm is hair. Okay. So draw on the hair on the side of the face. So like right here. Right? Like right here. And let's say we want her to have a more pinkish orange undersaturated, like a burnt rose almost. Let's say we want her color to be based around this color, right? So you get the color that you want, and then you just put her her color palette right here. So let's say her skin color. And then what you do is you lower the opacity, and then it adds the color for you. Like, look at that! Woo! You don't need to know color theory, you just need to know how to use opacity. Anyway, there you go. Merry Christmas. I plan on doing some body texturing very soon. So, yeah. I'm also planning on streaming soon as well. I'm probably only gonna do VRoid shit. I hope this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. And I will see you guys some other time. Bye!